In this tutorial, we will show you how to view the results of completed proficiency tests and how to interpret the various result statistics. Note that the interface shown here is that of an examiner account, but that the explanations of the different result views also apply to participant accounts. Completed tests are listed in the Tests tab of your account under Completed. Double-click on a completed test to open it and view the results. You are first presented with a summary of the test results, showing you how the participants generally performed in the test. The results are organized so that you can start with this top-level summary, then proceed to white blood cell classification statistics on a class level, or on a cell-by-cell level, and finally the red blood cell characterization statistics if available. So let's start by taking a closer look at the summary view. Note that the bar chart and infographics always relate to the currently selected slide. Should the test contain more than one slide, you can switch between slides by clicking on them in the side panel. You can also combine the results from different slides by holding down the Shift key while selecting multiple slides. The infographics show you the total test participant number, average, as well as highest and lowest agreement statistics. The bar chart shows the average WBC and RBC agreement for each participant displayed as percentage values. The higher the agreement, the better a participant is considered to have performed in the test. You can sort the bars either by name or by percent agreement. Find out the exact percentage values by hovering your mouse over the bar or by looking at the agreement percentage table in the side panel. By default, the examiner's master classification is used as reference for the results. You can, however, also use the majority classification result as the reference by selecting it in the side panel. Now that we have an overview of how the participants performed in this test, let's dig a little deeper and look at classification results at a class level. The bar chart shows us the classification results for the currently selected participant. You can switch between participants by using the drop-down menu. Each bar indicates the total number of cells assigned to a class. The top gray bar shows the reference results, and the bottom bar the participant results. The blue area indicates the number of cells where the participant agreed with the reference, and the orange part represents cells where there was a disagreement over the classification. Hover over each bar to see the total number of cells. Instead of focusing on one participant at a time, we can focus on a cell class and see how many cells each participant assigned to that class as compared to the reference. Looking at the result statistics at a class level gives us a feeling for which cell classes cause the most ambiguities among the test participants. Next, let's discover which individual cells cause the most classification disagreements. We are now presented with individual cell images. The cell we see first is the one with the highest number of disagreements out of the 120 cells from the currently selected slide. Looking at the cell classification, we see that once this cell was classified as a band neutrophil, twice as a segmented neutrophil, and twice as a lymphocyte. Underneath, we can see exactly who classed the cell as what. Use the arrow buttons underneath the cell or the arrow keys on the keyboard to go through all the cells if you wish. The cells are sorted so that the cells with the highest number of different classifications are shown first. If you want to focus on individual participants, click on the Compare Individuals tab in the side panel. Let's compare the examiner classification with Anna's classification. The comparison results table shows us the number of cells classified to each class, as well as the number of cells where the classification differs. By clicking on the Disagreements heading in the table, we can sort those classes with the most disagreements to the top. Let's take a look at the 4 cells in the lymphocyte class that caused a disagreement. We see the cell image itself, as well as the 2 differing classifications. By exploring the results at a cell level, you can identify what kind of cells cause the most problems for classification. If the test contains slides with red blood cell images, you can click on the RBC Characterization tab to see the RBC results. The table you see in the main view shows the examiner, majority, and participant characterization grades for the different morphologies. Cells with an orange background color indicate where the characterization differs from the reference. The stronger the orange color, the greater the deviation, and the more orange cells in the table in general, the greater the overall deviation to the reference characterization. You can always bring up the RBC image to remind yourself of what the red blood cells looked like for that slide. If you want to export the results, you can easily do so by clicking Export Data in the side panel. Enter a name for the file and click Save. The results will be saved as a standard CSV file, which you can open in a program such as Excel for further manipulation. We have now gone through the different levels of the results and learned how to interpret them. In the next tutorial, we show how to take a proficiency test if you are a test participant.